Hey everyone, welcome to Mysterious Ways Forward. It's Friday. I'm Tally, and this is Mysterious Ways Forward. I'm not quite sure what the intro is for this one yet, but rest assured we'll figure it out at some point. I guess no one else ever really did that. I guess I always did that. Just to like the routine of it, I guess. Okay, so it is currently 10 o'clock at night in Burbank, California, where I am. Where I live, and I was blogging today, and I blogged every day for the past 4.5 years, and it was like, as I'm about to press send, I'm like, oh wait, I totally forgot to make a video. So I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to watch other videos, but I will watch those at some point, and I'll watch them before I make my video next week, and I apologize, but I need to get this done and then uploaded so that I can put it in my blog entry, and then I can get on with my night. So yeah, now that I've wasted a minute of your time, I guess I will kind of follow up on some of the stuff I talked about last week. So last week, as I was making my video, I was about to head off to my interview at Barnes & Noble, so I guess it went well. It was like a group interview, which was sort of strange because I'd never really done a group type interview before, but apparently I did well enough that I was asked back for a one-on-one interview, which was yesterday, and so I'll be finding out in the next week or so whether or not that went through. In the meantime, I've just sort of been looking online at all the studios and networks and stuff, looking for jobs and sort of applying to anything that I'm qualified for, which is not a whole lot. I mean, I've worked before, and I've worked in like office settings before, but unfortunately what a lot of them require is experience at like a studio level, and like working at a studio, and I don't have that. And generally the way that it works is that a lot of people getting into the industry do internships when they're in college, but I was not living out in California when I was in college, so that was not really an option for me. And now obviously I can't do an internship because they all require school credit, because that way they don't have to pay their interns. And so there really isn't like a whole lot of like entry level stuff that doesn't require some sort of experience. And so I'm sort of caught in this like weird in between. Yeah, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm, keeping optimistic and just sort of applying for everything, and just sort of reaching out to whoever I know who might know someone at the job, and maybe try and get my name like up on the pile, like on the top of the pile, because I am applying to these things online and not in person, because that's sort of how the job market works now. It's interesting. So this week it was really cool. I had posted on the alumni group for my college, just asking if anyone was out in California or knew anyone out in California who'd be willing to like, who worked in the industry and would be willing to like meet me for coffee. So I ended up meeting up with this girl who was a senior when I was a first year at Agnes Scott, and she currently works as a writer's assistant on a CBS show. And so we just ended up meeting for coffee, and we ended up talking for like 4 hours, and it was just like super awesome. And it was just one of those things where it's just like kind of, and I got to really pick her brain about sort of the process involved. And she was telling me that as a writer's assistant, she's obviously on the phone when the networks and studios call and give notes to the writers, because she's, obviously going to be taking notes on those calls and like needs to be involved in them. So and since my goal is to be one of the people on the other side, like working at a studio or network, that the person that works at a studio or network who's going to be giving notes on a script. It was interesting just to sort of hear from her point of view some of the stuff that people give notes on, and just things that I want to be paying attention to while I'm watching shows, and sort of really training myself to notice things that network exec or reading in scripts that a network exec or someone who works in programming would be giving notes on. And so that was really great, and it was just like really nice to kind of get to know someone she's from Philadelphia, but she went to Agnes. So when I'm talking about college and stuff, we immediately have, like, we had some of the same professors, like we know the terminology, like I didn't have to explain pastel board or junior production or any of that to her, which was great. Just to sort of have that shared reference was really nice, and it just was good to sort of be around someone that I didn't feel like I had to like explain everything I was talking about, like that there was that context already built in, from her having gone to Agnes and working in the industry and just sort of being involved with that. It was really nice, and it was sort of this reminder that, like, when I do get a job working at one of the studios, that I will be around people, that it's not so much of this, like, having to constantly explain everything, that this reference is built in from having these conversations. And that was something that I noticed when I was having meetings with people at the studios and stuff, and especially the people that I met with who worked in programming, that I felt like we already had this, like, built-in sort of, like, vocabulary that we can immediately converse in, and that, being TV shows. And so, I'm just really kind of hoping that at some point my daily life will involve, working around and interacting with people who, sort of fit that same situation. So anyway, but I'm almost at 6 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up. But I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and I will see you all next Friday. Bye.